Today, the Portland Trail Blazers and the Phoenix Suns take on each other in Phoenix, which should be a lot of fun because we get more of this.
Lillard, crossover, step back, in! Shaden Sharp, point Sharp, drew a foul, doesn't get it.
Oh, body him, too big, baby. Let's go,
yeah! Booker to the rack and
drop these racks. Let's go, Ant. Come on, man.
That was clutch.
Gabe, we got a game. What do you call that one?
Spicy goaltend. Top of the key. He does a Dame move and bricks. It's not even close. It's not even close.
You got fouled. Come on, Dame. Let's go.
4 seconds for Dame. He crosses half court. Oh my God, bro. I really didn't want overtime. I didn't. Drops it down to Grant. Grant with the jam.
Good job, Jeremy. Let's go.
Oh. Mikhail almost with the tip in.
Let's
no
go.
good.
Let's go.
No good. Dame.
If he hit that. Let's go. And that's a 2-for-1. Let's go. Come on.
Don't pass out on me. Dame, free throw. Good. In.
Let's go.
And Bridges to Book. Working on Hart.
Yeah.
Booker, no good!
Grab it. Let's go.
25 seconds
Let's
for
go.
Dame.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
3
come on,
seconds.
Ant.
Ant with Mikhail on him. Ant with the hook shot.
Let's go. Let's go, Ant.
Dog, the running hook shot.
Get a stop, baby. Get a stop.
I'm
Get a
not
stop.
looking
Get
at
a
the
stop.
chat. To Ayton. Ayton blocked by Nurk.
I don't know if that was a foul. That might be something you challenge. I think he got him. Okay.
You realize this.
Let's go!
EA free throw. Back iron.
Let's go!
That was a good ass
Great
game,
dub.
bro.
Yeah, what the hell was that? Oh.
Please God no. 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 Please God no.
That's definitely a foul.
Yeah!
Wow.
Go! Yeah, let's go! Let's go, baby!
They waved it.
No, they didn't. They did not. It counts, baby.
Oh, I thought the refs called a foul. Wow.
I thought they called it too.
Tonight, I'll be collabing with Suns Valley Podcast. I'll be live on their watch party that they do for every Suns game. And I interviewed Gabe Guerrero for this preview, coming up in a second. But first, let's make some BetUS picks. And if you want to make these picks along with me, you can use my link in the description box below to sign up for BetUS, as it gives you a 125% deposit match. That's extra money to play with. One line is the Suns are plus 265 to win by 21 or more points. I actually think that's a decent bet given how this Trailblazers team has been playing, and the Suns are looking better their past few games as they've won 3 straight. The Suns are favored by 13 points in this game. I have to side with Phoenix. I have to side with them covering that point differential, even though it's huge. I think it's the biggest spread the Blazers have seen all season long. Still got to roll with the Suns. Money line. The Suns are minus 850. The Blazers are plus 570. So if you think the Blazers can get an upset win, you could get phenomenal odds on them winning this game. The over-under is 223.5. I think I'm going to have to go with the under on that, given the Blazers' inability to score. But where BetUS can be really fun is with parlay options. And BetUS has parlay options that are close to 50-50, that are much more likely, and then they have some massive long shot parlay options, which are always fun to look at. One of those is you can get plus 3,300 odds on Kevin Durant and Jeremy Grant, both scoring more than 35 points. Shaden Sharp having 8+ rebounds in Portland, winning at plus 2,600, I think is a solid value. Shaden Sharp has been rebounding the ball really well. The tough part there is obviously Portland winning this game. Kevin Durant having 35 points, 5+ threes, and Phoenix winning is plus 1,200. I think that's a solid line as well. And then one that's a little bit more likely is Eric Gordon having 15 points and 3+ rebounds at plus 301. I feel like Eric Gordon is the type of player to always hurt the Portland Trail Blazers, so I think he could end up having a big game tonight. So if you want to get in on any of this, use that link in the description box below, and you can watch the Suns Valley Podcast live watch party with me, with Gabe, while rooting on a parlay or something that you picked on BetUS, and using that link gives you that bonus, so definitely take advantage of that. Shout out to them for sponsoring this video. Now let's talk to Gabe. Okay, Gabe, so I'm really looking forward to this game tonight. I've been watching the Suns from afar, sometimes hopping on your streams, but now our two teams finally collide, and we finally get a collision of a couple different storylines here, and that makes this game super interesting to me. So, first, let's just get the funnest thing out of the way. Maybe it's the funnest thing, I don't know, but Jusuf Nurkic now is your center, and DeAndre Ayton is my center. So, as far as Nurkic goes, what are your first impressions of him, and like what differences have you noticed from Ayton that really stand out so far?
For the most part, I'm absolutely loving Jusuf Nurkic, but I'm not your average Suns fan. Your average Suns fan sees a big, slow, layup-allowing center, and they freak out and they lose their minds. Apparently, he's allowing like 62% scoring at the rim, but I knew what we were getting, and I like what we've been seeing from him. Other than that, as far as differences, it's kind of night and day. He's nothing like Ayton. His passing has been a godsend for this team that doesn't have a point guard, a true classically trained point guard. And so we're seeing an amplified version of his passing because we really need it, so we really rely on it.
Sounds like you're kind of getting the same experience that Blazer fans have gotten, and it was always interesting to compare them before this trade, and now it's even more interesting to compare them after. Ayton's done some okay things, but, 7 free throws on the season in 13 games. Like, at least Jusuf Nurkic is getting to the free throw line for you guys, because DeAndre Ayton is not getting to the free throw line for us. I just think Nurkic provides a little bit more. Like, Ayton worked really well as that lob target, but now we don't got any more guards to throw him the ball. So I haven't been too happy with the Ayton experience, especially given that contract. If they're making equal salary, I'd be completely fine with it. But Nurkic definitely seemed to start out slow for you guys. Like, I remember looking 7 games into the season and looking at his stat line and just being like, damn, he sucks. And I know he got a lot of heat from your Suns community during that time as well, and people out there saying, oh, I told you he sucks. I told you he wasn't that good. I told you this trade was a mistake. But it sounds like he's turned around his play and kind of played more like what he did last year, which doesn't surprise me at all. But like, how has he improved in the past few games?
He's definitely on an upswing. The last couple of games, he's given us 15 points and 18 points, 7 rebounds, and then 12 rebounds. So that 18 and 12 game really came in handy. We needed every bit of it to get that double overtime win versus the Jazz. But he did start out with less than impressive statistical performances. He was doing the little things, but it did not show in the stats. I think he was trying to ingratiate himself into the team by having extreme selflessness. That was while Book was out and Beal was out, and like we needed him to be a little bit more aggressive. I think that's another reason people were upset with him. But now he's scoring, and I'm hoping that's going to shut people up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing if he does it against Ayton and who wins this matchup. They face each other in preseason, and Nurkic got the better of Ayton, but it was preseason, so now it's a in-season tournament game, even though we were eliminated from the tournament. It's a regular season game, so looking forward to that matchup. And then Nassir Little, another guy involved in that trade. How has his season gone so far?
He caught Frank's eye early, worked himself into the rotation because of his defense and his length, knocked down some threes early, and then was ushered to the bench once he went ice cold, as you've told me he's done for y'all.
The Nassir Little roller coaster.
He's currently on an upswing. He looks good. He kind of had a Clyde Drexler looking dunk the other night where he tucked his heels up behind him and jumped just inside, maybe a couple steps inside the free throw line on a fast break after hitting a 3. And role players hitting threes for us is like diamonds because it helps everything work for us so much better when Book and Durant are getting less double teams. And I have been seeing them get less double teams, and Durant is a completely different player when he's not being doubled and triple teamed. It's wild. Nas is helping with that right now. I hope he doesn't clam up against his former team, but that's kind of hypocritical because I am hoping that DA clams up against his former team.
This team is not the same team that Nas knew. It is his former team, but being in Phoenix, it's not like he's going into his former stadium, his former city, and he's playing against a bunch of dudes that he hasn't played with. He might not even know. given how much turnover we've seen on this roster. So this might just be kind of like another game to Nas to Nurk. I think it will be a little strange, but not as strange as when they come back to Portland, they come back to Moda Center, and they experience that for the first time as a opponent. Looking forward to the matchup when those guys return to Portland. And then, as far as Ayton goes, man, what type of reception do you think he will get? from you and your fan base and the arena.
Man.
What is this gonna look like?
So it's really tough to guess what the reception will be. If I had to put money on it, I would bet that they're going to give him a positive reception. More cheers than boos, probably next to no boos. I talked a few live streams ago about that, and I told everybody that my hope is that the Suns will be classy. We were hurt a little bit when he said that he didn't want to talk about Phoenix. That wasn't great. That seemed like, okay, this guy's holding a grudge. Doesn't even want to talk about us. But other than that, we loved him. Half the fans loved him. Half the fans wanted to ship him to Portland. But I'm really hoping they'll be classy, if for no other reason than just to make a statement about what type of fans they truly are. I think it looks good on the Phoenix fan if they're classy through this. But I don't know what... I don't think it's going to be a Ben Simmons situation.
I hope not, man. I don't know how he'd handle a Ben Simmons sort of situation. Hopefully he wouldn't handle it like Ben Simmons. I'm intrigued because I don't know what to expect, man, on this side of the fence. I don't really know what the tenor has been towards him quite like you do. So looking forward to seeing the reaction tonight. So the Suns had huge expectations before the season. The big three of Beal, Booker, KD. But they started a little bit slow. We're 4-6 before rattling off 3 straight wins to get to 7-6. How worried should Suns fans be about how this team has started the season? Should they be very worried? Should they be a little bit worried? Should they be not worried at all? Will this team be fine?
I would be lying if I said that I was never worried at all. But the facts that calmed me down are a couple of things. This team has 13 new players, and just because they're really good role players with stars leading the charge, those stars have never still played together. And it's kind of unrealistic to expect that 13 new players were going to be able to gel. I mean, this is a 5-man sport that is all about team chemistry. You look at the Mavs that won the title over LeBron and D Wade and them. How? Chemistry. The Denver Nuggets last season, chemistry out the wazoo. We didn't have any of that. We still don't. And you combine all of that with our recent history. Bringing in Chris Paul, the first season, the Suns were 8-8, which we could very well end up being this season. Then they hit their stride, went all the way to the finals for the first time since Jordan versus Barkley. And so that 8-8 start was completely washed away. So that's why I'm not concerned at all. And I would say that Suns fans should not be concerned at all. Doesn't mean that things couldn't go south, but we've seen 8-8 lead to a finals appearance and going up 2-0 in the finals. No, I don't think they should be worried at all.
Should they be worried about Bradley Beal, though? Because that back looks a little iffy. Is that the same injury he's out with? 3 weeks? 3 more weeks for him?
Yeah, they're going to give him 3 more weeks off. And it would be completely intellectually dishonest of me to sit here and say that Suns fans shouldn't worry about that. I rode that optimism train. Tons of Washington fans that I just thought were being salty that they got fleeced for Bradley Beal, getting only Landry Shamet's really all they have left of that. Obviously, they got Jordan Poole out of it in the end, but they don't even want to keep him now. I thought they were just salty, Oh, he's always injured. He's always this, he's always that. And I was dumb. I thought he won't be for us, which was just so stupid. And I think a lot of fans make that mistake. So I've learned my lesson. From this point on, I'm considering Bradley Beal to be a extremely injury-prone player like Chris Paul. Maybe not playoff injury cursed, but injury cursed nonetheless. I'm thinking Booker and Durant are probably going to have to do the lion's share of the work all season and in the playoffs. And anything you get from Bradley Beal is just going to be icing on the cake.
Yeah, so with all that, What do you think is this team's biggest need?
It's definitely point guard. I think they have what they need to handle point guard duties now with Booker. He looks like an actual point guard so far this season. He's averaging 9.8 assists, had a recent career high of 15, but he's going to get hurt again. And we all know Bradley Beal can't even get on the court in the first place. That leaves you with Jordan Goodwin, who is underwhelming himself. Outside of that, you're looking at having Grayson Allen, who I quasi-trust, and Eric Gordon, who Sundo and I trust a little bit less to handle point guard duties. They get it to Nurk. Nurk gets it to KD. KD gets double and triple teamed. He kicks it away, and Okogie misses the three in the corner, right? So a point guard. Matt Ishbia is in love with TJ McConnell, but we've been hearing that for a year now and nothing's come of that. I think DeLon Wright would be nice to try to steal him away from the Wizards. But other than that, we got fans clamoring for John Wall. That's how down bad we are for a point guard.
Your Suns fan base always loves the big names, though. They love themselves the John Walls, and that's kind of my question, too. If you miss Book and Beal's not healthy, like, it could be really problematic because you're taking 3-point shooters and trying to make them point guards when they should just be 3-point shooters. So I definitely agree with that. And I love DeLon Wright for you guys too, just because he's big enough to play the two, to guard some two. He's a decent enough shooter to play off the ball. So he kind of fits in as somebody that can like play off those guys, has some size. Isn't just pigeonholed into only being a point guard. I like his fit with your roster for sure, even better than TJ McConnell. So if that's a guy you guys can go and get with those second round picks that you still have, then even though you lost one because you had to tamper for Drew Eubanks for some reason, then I think DeLon Wright would make a ton of sense. How'd you feel about that? Losing, what was it, 1 second round pick because you had to tamper for Drew Eubanks of all people?
I'm the wrong person to ask because I'm a Drew Eubanks stan. The rest of Suns Nation seems like they don't care either. They love Eubanks. There's some that hate, but he's had a really good season for us. He's leading the NBA in 3-point percentage, hitting 2 of 2. And I really think if you could combine his skill set with Nurkic, you'd have a all-star center. And so having them to play off of each other, it's kind of like Grayson Allen and Gordon. One has a good night, the other one has a bad night. Our centers are doing that. And so a second-round pick, thankfully it wasn't a first. If it was a first, that would be a super gut punch. A first that we don't have. But still, that would have been crazy. A second-round pick I can live with. We couldn't afford Jock Landale with what he got from the Rockets. And I definitely think he's doing a better job than Jock Landale. And Jock Landale wasn't bad.
This just says to me that the NBA needs to introduce harsher punishments for tampering because nobody cares about losing a pick in the 50s, even though, you can get a solid player in the 50s. I mean, Tamani Kamara is really good proof of that. Mm-hmm. That's who I'm interested to see how he defends Booker or KD or whoever he's guarding, because he's like our perimeter stopper. He's the guy we put on stars, even though he's a rookie, and he's done a decent job. Like, defensively, been super impressive. So I'm curious during the game today. I'm curious what you think as you watch Tamani and what you think of his impact, considering he was also included in the trade. And honestly, that's the one thing that still has me feeling pretty solid about the trade, is the fact that we got him. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does tonight and seeing what he does against the team he should have played for. Can we call it his former team if he never actually suited up in the preseason or the regular season? I don't even know what to call it for him. But you did have a change, though, of coaches. You went from Monty Williams to Frank Vogel. What's, the biggest difference or two that you've seen going from Williams to Frank Vogel?
We like the way Frank Vogel calls timeouts as far as his cadence and what triggers a timeout. Monty was more of I'm going to let them figure it out, which is insane. I would say that he plays favorites with his lineups less than Monty did, but he still kind of has his favorites. There's still some Suns players that just, are not going to sniff the court, and some players that are getting a little bit more leash, but it's definitely an upgrade. Other than that, it's very steady. Monty wasn't a terrible coach, and Vogel isn't a terrible coach. Monty wasn't the best coach, and Vogel isn't the best coach. It's been very steady. Not too much drop-off, not too much crazy better. I think that the Suns just really needed a new voice in the locker room because Monty's was starting to wear thin.
Is there anything you wish Vogel was doing differently?
Suns fans will agree with me. Most NBA fans probably don't think that this is a big deal, but we all just want him to play Chimezie Metu. I could easily be doing that thing that I do, like I did with Javon Carter and campaign, and just glomming on to a role player that's mid, but I'm really convinced of him, and Suns fans are really convinced of him, and he's getting the Bull treatment. Like, I get it. Don't play Bull. There's no place in polite society for Bull to be playing on our team right now. But Metu, he's shown some real promise, and he's just not even getting considered. Even during garbage time, he's the last to come out during garbage time. Other than that, I can't think of anything that I need Vogel to start doing. Maybe shave his head because he's doing that thing where, like, he's clearly bald on the top of it, but still trying to have the hair. I don't love that.
You guys love yourself some Chimezie Metu, though, for real. You guys glom. Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Glom onto him? Yeah, you guys glom onto Metu, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, it'd be cool to see him get a chance just to see how quickly that dissipates, or if that's legitimate glomming, because I know he cooked in the preseason for you. It's, I wonder what it would take for him to get a chance. Here's the good thing, though, for you guys. There's a good chance that you guys are going to get some garbage time today, given how bad this freaking Portland Trailblazers team is. So, you might be able to see some Metu for a couple minutes.
We need a blowout, so I'm hoping that Portland's feeling charitable again and can spot us 40 points. Because we lost to the Lakers. I don't think they've lost yet.
LeBron really wants to go to Vegas.
We need all the points we can get, so hopefully the Blazers are feeling charitable again and can spot us 40 points. Because I think that one team from each side goes as like a wild card, but it depends on point differential. We have not had very much point differential. We could really use it.
Yeah, you guys are dead even right now. 125 points per game, 125 points given up. We'll probably give you quite a few points. It just comes down to making shots because this Portland team can't reach 100 points, dude. So the last 4 games, we've scored 99, 95, 95, and 91 points.
Wild.
So as long as you guys can reach 100 points, you're probably getting the dub. This is the worst offense in the league. But if you can run it up like OKC did, because they just shot the lights out, then that's where you get your dub. And you guys got the type of team that I feel like are a bunch of Blazer killers. Like, there's a certain type of player that I feel like always cooks against the Blazers, and it's always like the Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen types. Just the shooting guards that are like good shooters, but not absolute snipers. But then when they play the Blazers, they'll go like 5 for 6 from 3. So I'm expecting those two guys to kind of cook us in some way or fashion, and you guys to run up the score that way. I think you'll get your blowout win.
I feel bad for you guys. I shamelessly need it, though. And more than anything, I just hope neither team suffers any injuries.
Dude, that's the last thing we need. Your boy Ish is out with an MCL sprain. Don't even know where it happened, when it happened, because he hasn't been playing. I think he played a game in the G League and got himself hurt. So no Ish today, because that's another former Phoenix Sun that could play, but we wouldn't even play him even if he was healthy. It doesn't really make sense. Like, why did we pick him up if we're going to be playing like Justin Minaya over him? I don't understand it. So like the one thing we need is maybe a veteran guy out there that's not going to try and do too much. I don't know. Like, this team is such a mess, but we won't even play Ish Wainwright. Now he's hurt, so good thing is Malcolm Brogdon might be able to play. Like, that's the one guy that if we get him back, we should be able to reach 100 points, be better offensively. Like, if he's able to come back, have a good game. So that's kind of the X factor that we're looking for between now and tip-off time. Will Malcolm Brogdon play? I don't know. But we definitely need that scoring punch because, I mean, you guys got KD and he's looking good, and you guys are turning it around. So I think this will be a continuation of that turnaround. I expect you guys to be top 3 at the end of the season. Anyway, Gabe, looking forward to hopping on your stream tonight. Once again, the people can find you at Suns Valley Podcast. Link in description. We'll have that watch party. And I'm looking forward to you laughing at our pain.
We'll try to be kind.
I'm laughing at my pain right now, so it's all good. Anyway, bro, thanks for hopping on. I'll catch you tonight, bro.
Good luck.
So to wrap up this preview, let's talk about some numbers. The Blazers are the worst offense in the league, ranked 30th in adjusted offensive rating and 24th in adjusted defensive rating. The Suns are 9th on offense and 17th on defense. Shooting-wise, the Blazers have been miserable. They are the worst three-point shooting team in the league, and it's not even particularly close. The Blazers shoot 30.5% from three. The next worst team shoots 33.1%. The next team is about as close to average as the Blazers are to them. It's really brutal out here. The Blazers shoot the 28th best percentage at the rim and 25th best percentage from mid-range. The Suns, on the other hand, shoot the second best three-point percentage at 39.2%. So expect the Suns to absolutely obliterate the Portland Trail Blazers from the three-point line, just like the Blazers got obliterated last game when they played the Thunder, and the Thunder shot over 60% from three. They were 22 for 36. Meanwhile, the Blazers shot 26%. Phoenix does a good job guarding the three-point line. However, the Suns struggle to defend the rim. They give up a lot of shots there. They also give up a decent percentage there. So if the Blazers want to be competitive in this game, I think they need to relentlessly attack the rim. A big help for the Blazers could be getting Malcolm Brogdon back, as they need as much offense as they can get, and Brogdon provides them with a shot creator and a three-point shooter. So if Brogdon plays in this game, I think the Blazers will be a little bit more competitive. He is questionable at my last check. And that's the preview for today's game. Hopefully you can catch us on Suns Valley Podcast, and hopefully you use that BetUS link, as it helps out the channel, and it's a great way to have some fun tonight. With that being said, I'm out of here. I'll catch you later. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.